John Cena has his final opponent. Gunther defeats LA Knight on SmackDown. Jeremy, we're here. Saturday. That's it. The last time will be then. It is not now. It's in a few days. It's going to be Gunther. It's going to be John Cena. Gunther going into the match against LA Knight said, watch John Cena. Watch how I win this match. Watch how I win this match because that's how I'm going to beat you. And that's exactly how he beats LA Knight. He chokes him out, makes him tap because John Cena allegedly never tapped out in his entire career. So Gunther, his whole plan is to tap out John Cena. And Jeremy, I've said it once. I'll say it a billion times. John Cena should go out on a stretcher on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That's it. And I know that, you know, people like Sean have been like, oh, it's the USA thing. And John Cena's Mr. USA and he got to do this. And they have done nothing to show you that John Cena is Mr. USA. Probably for the best right now. But also, they're not showing you any reason why Gunther hates America. He's not doing any of that rah America sucks stuff. Though if he did, he'd probably get cheered. But regardless, they're not showing you any reason why this is a country thing. I get it's in Washington. I understand. I still think Gunther is going to retire John Cena, who is like the old boy of old boys, John Cena. He'll go out on his back, hopefully on a stretcher after getting tapped out and just never getting back up. That's it. And I get to tell you all I told you so. John Cena, first time ever, tap out, stretcher job. Bye-bye, John. So what do you think of Gunther being the last guy?
It was fairly obvious when the tournament was announced and he was in it that it was probably going to be Gunther. I have no issue with it being Gunther. Gunther had the best matches throughout the entire tournament. He's going to have a really good match with Cena because Cena as a babyface he's one of the best baby faces of all time. Like, is formulaic? Sure. Does the formula work? Yes, 100%. Oh, it's going to be a really strong match. I mean, Gunther got a good match out of Goldberg in Goldberg's last match. And Cena, since the turn back to heel, or turn back to babyface, sorry, he's had nothing but really strong matches. So it's going to be a really good match. I still think Cena should win. I understand that it's about young talent, and like I don't think Gunther. I feel like this works better if Gunther did not lose to Jey Uso this year.
How dare you?
Like, we saw Gunther tap out to Jey Uso. He also lost to Punk, and fine, Punk's Punk, but like he lost to Jey Uso. He tapped out to Jey Uso. And Cena, like I've been saying, like it's not like he is some unstoppable force this year. He's lost a good chunk of his matches. His record is 7-6 in these singles matches. Like, it's not like, again, he's just been winning a ton. It's like, oh, now we're gonna retire John Cena out here. It's like, nah, he literally lost his last match. What does a win against John Cena mean? And I know people, if you're gonna do a stretcher job, if you're gonna do a tap out and like really sell it that, oh man, John Cena's just done for. He's done. Like, that's the way to do it. I don't think just beating him and then he gets up and then he has like, oh, thanks everybody for coming out here, and you know, this is the last time you're gonna see me and blah blah blah. I don't think that really does anything for Gunther because it didn't do anything for him when he beat Goldberg. It just happened and then we all moved on. It's like, all right, cool. You beat Goldberg and Goldberg got up, and then the story coming out of that was he was pissed at how his retirement ceremony.
How's that podcast going on, Goldberg?
Yeah. Like that's what came out of it. So I don't think it does anything for Gunther just to beat him. If you're gonna do it, yeah, do the stretcher job, do all of that. I still think that Cena should win. Just win his last match.
I get it. I also think that John Cena is very old school and that he will. But from the Rinaldi interview, they keep running back these clips, and one of them that he's talking about is how, you know, back in the day, people weren't giving up spots or opportunities, and it was an old boys club, and it's like John Cena just talking out of his ass, pretending as if wrestling isn't like this. And I'm like, John, stop trying to babyface yourself. You've been much more the perpetrator of this than you're trying to lead on. But regardless, go off, Kang. Anyway, the point is, John would lose in his last match because he's that guy. He is that old school guy. And I don't think that, unlike Goldberg, who needs an ego to be satiated by having like his SNL finale at the end of an episode of, of SNL, to come out and be like, thanks to mom, thanks to my dad, we had a great night and a great show. Yes, John Cena's done that in the past, but I feel like this John Cena, he knows very much that he can just type some shit out on Twitter, some deep, I'm deep in this is 14 style headline on Twitter account, and he'll reach more people than have watched his match, and that'll be enough for him. For the benefit of the show and the benefit of going off like getting off, going out like a soldier, he goes out on his back. He makes quote unquote the next guy, and that's it. And then they fade to black, and what they show afterwards will be people who get, their cameras out and they show stuff on socials maybe, but I honestly think that this is just John Cena's going to lose, and it's going to be, tight shot on Gunther, and we're out. Maybe people are upset, and maybe they're, throwing stuff in the ring, or maybe they're just booing vociferously. As long as they get out with Gunther standing, triumphantly over the body of John Cena, or John Cena being stretchered, I don't think you're going to get a John Cena goes and addresses the crowd. Because what have we seen? They don't care. They already got your money. Did you enjoy the show? It's all part of the show. That's all they want. They don't care about sending you home happy. They care about how much money they got from you and how much you were willing to pay for the moment of watching John Cena have his last match, win or lose. That's it. Gunther can come in, beat the shit out of John Cena, be the guy, and we move on to Monday night. And there are just as many people who are going to react and pay money to go to the show. Maybe not as many as maybe are going to be at the Capital One Center because it's a different episode. But the point is, they've already paid, and I don't think it's going to turn them off. I don't think it'll turn them off from paying again, Jeremy. There are other things that are going to collectively turn them off, such as the amount of money, but people are still willing to spend. Suckers born every.
I think you do run the risk of just like upsetting fans if that's the way. I think most people haven't loved how this last year has gone anyway. And right now, like, Cena's the only person doing any numbers for him. Cena's on Raw, they get a clear bump. Cena's on the show, they get a clear bump. Everything else is just steady.
Yeah, but that's also because the entire, pitch for why he's on the show is the last time you're going to see him. So yeah, people are going to tune in for that. This is the last time until he shows up for the build to the next show. But like, this is the last time you're going to see him. So it doesn't really matter how you treat him, because this is it.
It does matter.
No, he's already out there being like, you're not going to see me again. I'm not going to be called a liar. And it's like, in 2 years, you'll be calling him a liar. It's fine. But like, that's the whole thing. Doesn't matter.
It does matter because people still might have to come back. You want people to come back. And if their lasting shot after a retirement tour, that again, a lot of people are like, this is pretty lame. If the last thing is like, wait, you just beat John Cena and stretched him out, it's like, this sucks. I don't want to watch this stuff anymore. And you have a better chance of people returning if it's like, oh, you know what? They did right by John Cena in the end. He got the win. We all went home happy. This is nice. Let's see what's coming on next. Let's stick around on this because we've had this argument before, though. I don't have any faith that they can retire John Cena in a great way and actually make Gunther out of this. One, Gunther doesn't need to be made. He's Gunther. He's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. He's a former world champion. Like, he's already there about this. Like, he is. So, okay, he beats John Cena and retires him. If you can do something with that, cool. I don't have faith they can do anything with that. What are they going to do? Just put the world title on him again?
Yeah.
He's already won the world title.
I think in their eyes, this is their Undertaker Brock Lesnar moment for this year.
Yeah, that worked, right?
It did. It did wonders for Brock. Brock was huge beyond that. He was huge after that. They really did listen, I know how we feel about Brock, especially in 2025. But like, you cannot argue the amount of business they put around Brock over the years based on him beating The Undertaker. To a casual fan who saw The Undertaker at WrestleMania after WrestleMania suddenly lose, it was a big deal that Brock beat The Undertaker. They did make that a big deal. They pounded it into your head, and they will do the same thing with Gunther. He retired Goldberg. He retired John Cena. He's going to go after this guy. After this guy, he's going to retire your favorites. They can definitely do more with Gunther in this position. winning the match.
They can. Will they? I have no faith that they
They
will.
will. I think they will because they're ready to discard John. Look at how this year has gone. Creatively, you know how many times Paul could have been like, no, we're gonna keep going in my way. You got John Cena politicking his ass out here, being like, I wanted to work 220 dates, but they said 56. He's trying to babyface himself as much as he's trying to babyface the company on the way out. Yeah, it's fine, but like they're just ready to get it done with. They're ready for it to be done. They've got a guy like Gunther who is ready to go to bat and do anything that Paul asks him to do. He's not going to push back. He's going to say, yes, sir, may I have some more? They're just going to go with it. They don't care because the fans will continue to support the product. They may be upset for a week, but guess what? They're going to come back. They continue to come back. They're going to buy WrestleMania tickets. They're going to overspend. They're going to go. They're going to go. There's plenty more over on Fightful Overbooked. Click that subscribe button, tap that bell, get your notifications. And while you're at it, like the videos. Interact with them. Say some stuff. We want to hear from you. While you're at it, join us every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, live for In the Weeds. You might like it.